Hello there, good to see you. Now, today we are talking about escaping this hand-to-mouth rat race kind of a life. And what exactly do I mean by that particular point? Have you ever gotten yourself in a situation whereby you have a lot of months at the end of the salary instead of vice versa? You find yourself working as much as hard as you can, but at the end of the day, you realize you're living in a kind of life whereby if you were to get fired within a single month, then almost everything will be halted in your life. Basically means that whatever you usually work with your hand is what goes into your mouth, and that's it. It don't even actually takes time even for you to buy a new clothing or something of sort. All right, so that is exactly what I'm going to talk about, and how exactly can you be able to escape that kind of a trap. Because let me tell you one secret, that is a trap that actually has captured a lot of people in our country and all over the world. Anyway, but before we do that, exactly, I want you to take 1 second, because I'm worried. I don't want you to miss any of my good future videos. All right, and by the way, according to my statistics, they are telling me that there are some people who are watching actually without subscribing. Might that be you? And if it is, then take that 1 second, which is free. Actually, down there on your right, there is a button written subscribe. It is in black. Hit that magical button, then give this video a thumbs up. Exactly. Once you do exactly that, because I know you're asking yourself, then what's the importance of that? Then you'll be notified by YouTube. Can you imagine YouTube notifying you that Good Joseph has uploaded a new video? So you head over there and watch it. All right. So without further ado, let's get into today's business. All right. So today is about escaping this thing called the rat race kind of life. This is called hand to mouth, commonly known as hand to mouth. Right? So one of the ultimate thing that at the end of the day you've been hearing things, and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna echo it back to you for you to understand exactly what you're supposed to do. There is something called living below your means. There was a time I believe you were being paid, like, let's say 10,000 Kenyan shillings. You were surviving. Then there was an addition of 5,000. Then you were paid 15,000. You were still surviving. Then a magic happened. You were paid 30,000. You were still surviving. Now where you are, maybe you were paid 60, 70, 80, 100, or even 200. But still the same life of yours, and you find yourself, you're still broke as the way you used to be back when you used to be paid 10,000. Now then ask yourself, what's happening? Because what's happening right now is that you're changing the forest, but the monkey is same. What I mean that by that particular analogy is that you're changing the job specifications, but at the end of the day, the character, you're carrying yourself the same character that you had when you're dealing with 10,000, the same character that you had or you're still having when you're getting your 80, your 100, and whatever the amount of money. So what exactly can you be able to do so that you don't get yourself in that rat race? Because a lot of people are trapped in that kind of life. Number one of the most thing that people do is to live above their means. What do I mean by that? Is that either, actually for me, I usually advise these people, never ever live according to your means, or never ever live above your means. What does that mean? Let's say you're being paid 30,000 at the end of the month, or whatever that amount of money that you get paid at the end of the month or at the end of the day. And then your life is exactly, or your life actually consumes or needs exactly that amount of money. Say you paid 30, and then that particular month you actually need 30, meaning that you consume everything that you usually get paid at the end of the month. Now tell me, when will you ever get that something that we usually call a savings? Because at the end of the day, what grows us, what progresses us and move us to the next thing in terms of life, it's about saving. And not just savings. Remember one thing, you can never save yourself to riches. So what you do is you save, you accumulate. It's like storing money. You store that money, you get that money, you invest, you get the passive income, you supplement what you usually get at the end of the month. That's how we do it. So take this case scenario whereby you're getting your 30,000, then you're using the entire 30,000 to fund your life. Maybe you're paying your Wi-Fi, maybe you're paying your high electricity bills due to a lot of things or appliances that you have in your house which are really not necessary. And then there you are, maybe you have to look nice or great or good or what have you. It's sort of a competition. You have to like buy a shoe like each and every month or something. All right, so what happened is that you exactly consume what you make in its entirety. That at least you're better off compared to somebody else who actually consumes. You paid 30,000, but your life is sustained by 35,000. That means that you have to get a debt for you to sustain the consumability. And that's the worst thing that you can ever do in life, getting a debt to fund what you call the consumables. Meaning, those are the things that doesn't generate any income for you. So that money, it's like has gone into downdrain. So what exactly that you're supposed to do, sit down with a pen and paper. It may look as if it's stupid, but it really works. Take a pen and paper. Right now, all your uses, or rather all your expenses, that is the food, the house rent, the electricity bill, the water bills, and all other bills that you have there. And then take another page and now write what we call, divide three things, or rather divide things in three categories. That's what we call the must have, the good to have, and the nice to have. Then keep on picking those things that usually pay for your bills or use your money to pay them and then fit them, whether they fit under the good to have, must have, or nice to have. Then at that particular point, you'll be able to understand exactly where your money is going. Because let me tell you one secret. People usually sit down at the end of the month when they have consumed all the money, and then they are, or not even at the end of the month, assuming that they get paid at the end of the month, there's nothing, they don't even consider about the budgeting. So what happened is that they catch up, let's say at around 18th or 20th. That's what the people actually think of getting an advance if you're employed. So what happens is that they take a pen and paper, try to catch up where their money went. You see, at the end of the day, when you consume the money and try to catch up where exactly that money went, you're doing nothing. You see, now what you're supposed to do with money, I usually tell people money is sort of a spiritual thing. Money has a spirit. So what you're supposed to do, having a budget, it's actually telling your money where to go rather than wondering where it went. That is exactly what you're supposed to do. Like if you take a pen and paper and say I pay a rent 5,000 or 10,000, right? You put that aside. It's like you're telling your money now 10,000 go and cater for the rent. Now I used to like 10,000 for my food and what have you. So you're telling your money now 10,000 go cover that for me. And then you have to pay your other, utilities like the water, electricity, and what have you. So exactly when you paint a picture of exactly how much you need, then you direct that specific amount of money, then you realize maybe you're capable of maybe saving 3,000, 2,000, 10,000, irrespective or depending with the amount of money that you usually earn at the end of the month or a day or a week, however you guys get earned. All right, so it's always good to make sure that you know exactly where and how your money is being utilized. Otherwise, if you live in a life whereby you usually feel like the issue is you getting the money and then you consume the money and then you wait for the 15th or 20th, you get the advance, you get another money. So what exactly happens is that you usually get yourself in what we call the rat race. And the other thing that I found people using a lot of money on is actually taking their kids to school. Kids are amazing people and they're amazing gifts that you've been given by God. But at the end of the day, live according to your means, all right? If you cannot afford to get your kid to that amazing school, I know you desire, and that actually it's the dream of every parent, but the fact remains that you can do something or you can commit yourself to something that you cannot be able to sustain for quite a long time. And when you get yourself in such a situation, then that means you making that not so wise decision then is so much pronounced. All right, so what I can advise you is this: usually consider exactly where or how you actually utilize your money, because if you do not know how or where your money is going and how you utilize your money, then rest assured at the end of the day you're gonna get yourself into problems. All right, so perhaps up to this particular point, let me just recap and tell you exactly what I meant by this video. All right, but anyway, if you've not forgotten, or if you've forgotten in one way or the other to watch or rather subscribe to this channel, take that second and subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and now make sure that you comment down below. So what I've said exactly is that if you don't want to get yourself into this rat race kind of hand to mouth life, always make sure that at least you get what we call the budgeting of your money, living below your means. All right, living below your means, it means that you have to leave some surplus, and if you leave some surplus, that surplus is what you take, go invest it somewhere, and once you invest that money somewhere, then you're able to get what we call the passive income or the baby money. So the baby money plus the whatever you get at the end of the month, you combine that, you've already expounded that basket of income in your house, and that is exactly how you grow yourself. Otherwise, if you do opposite to what I've exactly said, then rest assured you always get yourself into this rat race and getting yourself out of it. And actually, in most cases, when you get yourself into hand to mouth, let's say it's like a BS happens, all right? If a BS happens in your life, let's say you are sick and you cannot be able to go and work, that means that a lot of things has to stop. Then that means that you have to get yourself into the debts, and once you get in those debts, you're not getting this debt or loans to be able to invest. You're getting this debt to fund your consumables or the consumable things that are not generating any income for you. Now you have three problems. Number one, you don't have a job because you're not working. Number two, you are sick, or maybe you cannot be able to work in one way or the other because those are the things that you cannot control in life. And number three, you already have yourself a debt. So it's like you're getting yourself, it's like you already realize that you're inside a hole, but you keep on digging. Stop digging, consider or figure out how you can get yourself out of it and then grow yourself to the next level. Alright, if you first time to watch my channel or watch my videos, my name is Joseph. I know you're wondering there, who is this guy? My name is Joseph. I talk about money, I talk about investment and anything related to that. Alright, so perhaps you're out there, you're confused, you do not know exactly how you can be able to allocate your money and manage your money. Guess what I have for you? I have prepared a very nice, well-defined, brief and detailed document about money management skills. You can get a copy for only $250. You get my number from the description of this specific video. You text me on WhatsApp, you get your copy, and you're able to manage yourself. If perhaps you're out there, you would like to get things to do with business plans, business ideas, business investments, likes of money market fund shares, and what have you, this is still the place to be. Get that number, text me on WhatsApp, or give me a call. Then you get your copies, then you're able to invest. So for now, it's a goodbye, and see you in the next one.